I am Dr. Morris Scantlebury. I am an epileptologist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Morris Scantlebury. I'm a pediatric neurologist. Do you know what that means?
Continuing on this morning with Inside Education, we're coming to you from the Alberta Children's Hospital Research Institute. There's fascinating research going on here, particularly in the field of pediatric epilepsy.
So infantile spasms is one of the most, if not the most debilitating forms of epilepsy to affect children worldwide. Children diagnosed with this syndrome have frequent seizures and very, very abnormal EEG. Their brain waves are chaotic and abnormal. And many of them, if we can't institute effective treatments, end up not being able to walk or talk. Normal, wonderful, lovely children get this syndrome and then they're messed up or, they are injured for life.
In 2004, young researcher Dr. Morris Scantlebury promised his supervisor, one of the most recognized epilepsy researchers in the world, that he was going to search for a model for infantile spasms.
When I told Dr. Nico Moshe, that's the laboratory where I worked at in New York, when he asked me, "So Morris, what are you going to do?" Right? I said, I'm going to create a model of infantile spasms. I thought from my previous work that I could do it. And he was like, "What? Get out here, Morris." No, I said, "No, I'm going to create a model of infantile spasms." He was like, "Okay, go ahead."
Thank you so much.
Models are very important because in the laboratory animal, you create a syndrome. In other words, you make the animal behave like the human, and then you can test therapeutic interventions. You can research outcomes.
For 200 years, neurologists, physicians, pediatricians have been trying to find ways to help these kids. And it's been very difficult to do so because we did not have animal models to be able to test new treatments.
The prevailing theory was that infantile spasms were caused by injury to the brainstem and cortex. Dr. Scantlebury wanted to cause similar injury with drugs, administered at just the right time in a rodent's development. He disappeared into his research for a year, trying to induce spasms in baby rats, and then record the chaotic brainwaves on EEG.
I remember around 9 o'clock at night, I was recording the EEG, and the animal was having these spasms. And when they were having the spasms, you saw the typical discharges for infantile spasms on the EEG in the rat. And when I saw it, it's just like out of a movie. I ran upstairs to Dr. Moshe's office because he used to work late. And I said, Nico, we have it. You have to come now and see this. And he, "What do you mean, Morris? We got it. We got the model of infantile spasms." And he came running down and he saw the animal having the spasms and the EEG doing the typical discharges. And he waved his hands all around to make sure it was not an artifact. And we were screaming in excitement that we had actually did this thing. The model's being used all over the world. We patented the model.
To be successful, you have to be serious all the time. You can't hang around with these people. No?
Morris was born in Canada. Living in Montreal as a child, he was stressed by casual everyday racism. And then his mother took him home to Barbados.
My mother says, when she saw me, she says, the moment you put your little feet in the Caribbean, she says she saw all of the anxiety come off of me.
Today, in addition to his research at the University of Calgary, Alberta, he is the only pediatric neurologist available in Barbados.
Assistant's been invaluable over many years, and he's not been asking for a salary. He does this a few weeks a year, and he has given us great assistance in the management of these sometimes very difficult cases.
In Trinidad and other Caribbean islands, he has introduced remote monitoring of brainwaves that has allowed for surgical interventions that can cure seizures and reduce their frequency.
Dr. Scantlebury is a powerful character. Powerful in academia, powerful in mentorship, and he really nurtures talent. And I think that encompasses all of the qualities of being the godfather of neurology and by extension epilepsy.
At the moment, Dr. Scantlebury's lab at the University of Calgary is very active, with research into high-fat diets and their effect on infantile spasms.
This is a very exciting time for kids with infantile spasms. I think hope is on the horizon.
In this case, we have to sedate him because he's not going to sleep.
Yeah, we have to sedate him.
So
I can't put into words, how much happiness and humility I feel with receiving this reward. I love Caribbean people, and it feels good when you love a people so much that they're able to love you back in some way. I appreciate this very much.